Welcome back to LearnClassicalGuitar.com on YouTube. I'm Trevor Maurice, the owner and webmaster of LearnClassicalGuitar.com. So, as I've said many times, good and proper technique speeds up your development on the classical guitar, and that sets you free on the instrument once you know all these technical things. So how can I improve your technique and skills today? As usual, step by step in small bite-sized lessons. And we have today the Apoyando and Tirando, which means just rest stroke and free stroke. We've learned how to sit and hold the guitar properly. We've learned how to use the string squeeze method to get a really good tone quality out of our right hand sound. And now we're going to add the left, start playing the notes and put some of the string squeeze method into action with our Apoyando and Tirando. Now if you can't do that properly, as I've said before, it affects everything else you need to do on the guitar. It has a bump-on effect if you can't do these little step-by-step technical things. And that could lead to a high level of frustration, and it may even make you want to give up the guitar, which is not what you want. You're here to learn, and I'm here to help you. And as I say, don't worry. I know exactly how you feel. I've been at that frustration point before myself. I've been learning and teaching the guitar for 30 plus years now. I've got that under my belt. And I know how to put you on the right track. Quickly, but step by step. That's the important thing. Step by step, and we do the little technical exercises, and you will be amazed at how your ability on classical guitar can improve. So the plan for today is, as usual, I like doing nice easy steps. There are 3 easy steps to learning Apoyando and Tirando. Step 1 is to learn the left and the right hand fingerings. So name and learn the fingerings. So it's not hard, it's pretty easy. Now step 2 is learn Apoyando, which is rest stroke, and then step 3 is learn Tirando. So 3 easy bite-sized steps for today. And don't forget, by the way, after the lesson, you can see the link in the description below, and if you're not a member of the free portal, you can go over there and sign up. It's free, as I said, and there's lots of other PDF guides and resources and other more detailed videos, in fact, of other lessons you can get in there. So obviously, week by week, I'll be adding more and more to the free portal. So it all goes to giving you that step-by-step development of your technique, which is what you're after. So, you know, don't forget, if I've said before in a few of the videos, if you've already seen them, if you practice a skill for 18 minutes a day, any skill, doesn't matter what it is, but if you do proper practice, you know, mindful practice for 18 minutes, just 18 minutes a day, after about a year, you can become better than 95% of the people in the world for that skill. Now, that's been a proven thing in studies. Can you imagine playing for your family or your guitar buddies in a year from now, and then you'll blow them away with your technique, your skill, your musicianship. Now, that is really an exciting idea. So just keep moving forward. Just go over, as I said, go over to the portal, sign up, log in, start doing some of those lessons, start downloading some of the free PDF guides, and that'll help you immensely to getting from where you are now to where you want to be on classical guitar. Okay, with that, let's start the lesson for today. Okay, just step 1 of the 3 steps we're going to do today. We just need to learn how they write for left and right hand fingers for classical guitar. Now, you'll see in a lot of the classical guitar books, you'll see for the left hand, it'll just have 1, 2, 3, and 4. If it's got a number and it's got a circle around it, that's the string. But if it's got a number there near the note, that's your left hand fingering. So 1, we don't use the thumb cross because the thumb's on the back, and we do that hinge method that we talked about in the first lesson about how to sit and hold the guitar. So your first finger is 1, second is 2, third is 3, and the little pinky is 4. It's that simple for the left hand, or reversed if you're playing lefty. So the right hand is more Spanish. You have P for the thumb, I for the first finger, M for the second finger, and A for the third finger. Now that spells Pima. P is Pulgar, which is Spanish for thumb. I is Indio, which is index, Spanish for index. M is Medio, which is obviously Spanish for middle finger. And then we have A, the annular or the ring finger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, P-I-M-A. That's step 1 done. It's that simple, and it never changes. Okay, let's go to the right hand camera now. So the Apoyando and Tirando are 2 basic though very important techniques in classical guitar that are played with the right hand, if you're right-handed guitarist of course. Now they're used to create different timbre or timbres and dynamics when playing a piece of music. So Apoyando, leaning, which means leaning in Spanish, aka the rest stroke, is a technique where the right hand fingers rest on the strings below. Now obviously you can't do it on this E string here because there's nothing to rest on, but we can do it on all the other strings. So it rests on the strings below the one you've just plucked. So to play an Apoyando stroke, place your right hand finger, right-handed position similar to that of a fist, with the fingers slightly curved. Okay? So they're close together. You can tell that my hand is very relaxed because it's not tense, because there's no, it's not, you can't see my fingers moving out like that. They're lightly touching each other. And even when you play, the fingers will actually slightly brush up against one another. That's how you know your hand is very relaxed. So the fingers are curved. Now you pluck the string by leaning your finger onto it and coming to rest on the string below it. Okay? So I get the string between probably the top of my finger, the tip of the flesh, and the nail. So I do that technique where the string squeeze technique where I pulled it back towards my tummy, and then I play through and I let it go. And my finger comes to rest on the next string below. We'll do it on the B string now, resting on the G string. This stroke can give you a lot more power and volume, though it's probably a little bit more laborious and slower stroke. You can get some speed, but as you'll see, Tirando or free stroke is a much quicker stroke. So now onto the G string, resting on the D, still using that squeeze technique in towards your tummy that we learned in the prior lesson. The D and the A string, we can still do that. Obviously can't do the rest stroke here because there's nothing to rest on. It just becomes the free stroke. So you can go back up again. So we'll do 4 on each. Make sure it's depressing towards your tummy. Now you heard that little sound. What that sound was my finger going back onto the string. My fingernail was touching the string and when it's still vibrating. I'll show you what that sound was. Hear that zzz sound? That sound, you don't want that sound, so be careful with that. So, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the parts of that again. I rest my thumb on the E here just to keep it nice and relaxed. I've got my arch in my forearm here. I do have a little cross or an X shape. Don't let your thumb get inside behind your fingers there because they can get in the way and mess up your playing. So I just rest it, and as I look down this way, it looks like my thumb and my first finger are making a cross. Not so much a Christian cross, it's not moved that far, but it's just like it's there, so it's just out of the way. So as I said, we do the squeeze technique by bringing it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Practice with me. We'll go down to the 5th string and back up again. We'll do 4 on each. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The B string, G string, D string, A string. Back up to the D. Now what you need to do is go for really quality of sound. You can slow it down even a bit more. If you need to slow it down, you can slow it down. Okay, yeah, so that's the important thing, is to get that quality of sound, but also get the consistency so that it's sounding the same all the way through. Let's try now the tirando, which is the free stroke. Now the tirando, meaning pulling in Spanish, is the opposite of apoyando. We don't rest on the string behind. We actually use the same technique to begin with as in the squeeze technique, but we pull through and miss the string. The tip of our finger or our nail goes towards the center of our hand. So let's go through the technique where we do 4 notes on each string down to the A string, and we're going for quality, and we're going for consistency. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So play through. 1, 2, 3, 4. The B string. It's not as a strong stroke as the Apoyando. G string. 2, 3, 4. D string. And the A string. Back up again. D, 2, 3, 4, G. 2, 3, 4, and the B. 2, 3, 4, and the E string. Okay, you notice they're all played pretty consistently throughout the whole thing. I wasn't trying to play too loud, I wasn't trying to go too fast. Okay, so that's it, the apoyando and the tirando, the rest stroke and the free stroke. Make sure you go over to the free portal where you can get some more lessons on that, but it's got the actual, as I mentioned before, the C major scale with no sharps or flats, so you can actually start playing some scales and practicing those techniques, the apoyando and the tirando. So don't worry if you don't read music, because they're in tablature as well. So if you don't read music notation, that's fine. You just look at the tablature and you can just follow the video, so then you'll know the rhythm. But it's obviously going to be 4/4 and going fairly slowly and working the way through. Okay, so that's another step you've made in your technique progress for today. We're going step by step. I'll see you in the next lesson, and practice your 18 minutes a day and enjoy your practice and keep moving forward. I'll see you then.